Chet 24's Craig Smiley with sports.
Good evening. Merry Christmas. Talking sports. The 2014 sports year is almost a wrap. But as we do each and every year, it's time to look back at our top 10 local stories and moments. Sit back and listen. It's 2014. It's truly amazing how many outstanding moments there are in the local sports world each and every year. And 2014 has been no different. But before we get to our top 10, let's take a moment to recognize a few special accomplishments that almost made our list. The Central Tech football team finished 6-5, reaching the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. The Falcons had won no more than 3 games over the previous decade. Meanwhile, in just its third year since consolidating Linesville, Conneaut Lake, and Conneaut Valley schools, the Conneaut Area Eagles won the AAA District 10 championship in football, upsetting undefeated Cathedral Prep 14-7 in a game played at Edinboro University's Sox Harrison Stadium. The win marked the first district football championship for a Crawford County school since Cambridge Springs in 1996. Number 10. Erie Seawolves slugger Stephen Moya wowed fans all spring and summer long, and in doing so, rewrote the franchise record books. The 6'6" outfielder from Puerto Rico hit a Seawolves single-season record 35 home runs. He also set team records with 105 runs batted in, 71 extra base hits, and 286 total bases. Moya's outstanding individual season earned him the Eastern League's Most Valuable Player honors. Moya made his major league debut in September and played in 11 games with the Detroit Tigers. He collected 3 hits in 8 at-bats and is expected to compete for a roster spot at the big league level in spring training. Number 9. In November, the Fort LaBeouf girls volleyball team reached the state championship match for a 3rd straight year. And for the 2nd straight season, Leanne Johnson's team settled for silver. The Lady Bison lost a hard-fought 5-set match to Bethlehem Catholic, but still brought home the runner-up trophy. LaBeouf's outstanding season ended with a record of 20 wins and just 1 loss, as well as the District 10 AA championship. Number 8. Erie's indoor football team, the Explosion, won the Continental Indoor Football League championship for the 2nd straight year. Head coach Sean Liotta led the Explosion to a 10-2 overall record, including a come-from-behind 38-26 win in the championship game on the road over the Marion Blue Racers. Erie followed up an undefeated season by going back-to-back in the CIFL. That league has since folded. The Explosion, however, have moved on to the Professional Indoor Football League, opening the season in late March. Number 7. On the ice, the Erie Otters 2014 has been one of the best years in franchise history. Erie finished up last season with a team record 52 regular season wins, including its first playoff series victory in a decade. The Otters beat Saginaw and Sault Ste. Marie in the playoffs before losing to Guelph in the conference final. Individually, forward Connor Brown led the OHL in scoring. With 128 regular season points, he earned league MVP honors. His teammate Dane Fox led the league in goals scored with 64. This season, the Otters picked up right where they left off, led by top NHL prospect Connor McDavid, who has missed the last month and a half with a broken hand. Erie has 24 wins at the midway point in search of their first OHL championship since 2002. Number 6. A pair of individual state champions share this honor. Corey swimmer Brent Benedict won 2 state gold medals as a junior. He broke the state record in the 100 backstroke and missed the state record in the 100 butterfly by 1/100th of a second. This past fall, Benedict signed a letter of intent to swim at Virginia Tech University after high school. A few months after Benedict's historic swim, General McLean sophomore runner Bethany Ivankovich became the school's first state champion in track and field in more than 2 decades. Ivankovich won the girls' AA 400-meter run in a time of 56.05 seconds. She was the only District 10 athlete to win a state title in track this year. Number 5, the Mercyhurst women's hockey team did the unthinkable. Despite failing to win its own conference tournament, the Lady Lakers did enough late in the season to get into the NCAA Final 8 for a record 10th straight year. And then, for the 2nd year in a row, Michael Sisti's team upset Cornell on its home ice to advance to the Frozen Four. Unfortunately, the season ended with a 5-1 loss to eventual national champion Clarkson, but this overachieving program once again proved it can compete with the best in the nation. Mercyhurst finished with 24 wins, 9 losses, and 4 ties, led by captain Christine Beslin, who finished her career second all-time in scoring at Mercyhurst. Number 4, the Edinboro women's basketball team reached the Elite Eight for the second time in program history. Stan Swank's Lady Fighting Scots rolled through the PSAC tournament and then took care of business in the Atlantic Regional to represent in the D2 Elite Eight at Erie Insurance Arena. It was the Borough's first trip to the Elite Eight since the 1996-97 season. This appearance ended much like that one, an 81-61 loss to Cal Poly Pomona, but nonetheless a 27-6 record and All-American honors for guard Val Majeski. The expectations remain high for Edinboro this season, and Stan Swank recently won his 500th career game as head coach of the Edinboro women's basketball team. Number 3, what a fall sports season it was for Villa Maria Academy. In October, the golf team won the state championship in York. Annie Cicchini led the team with an 82, where teammates Leah Fatica, Emily and Julia Fessler, and Allie Klecker helped bring home gold. A few weeks later, Villa's cross-country team also won state gold. Doing so in Hershey, Claire Brown paced the 7-runner team by finishing 6th overall. The victors came up 1 win shy of the fall sports trifecta as the girls' soccer team made an incredible run to reach the state final, but took home the state runner-up trophy after losing 1-0 to Villa Joseph Marie. Number 2, stop me if you've heard this one before, the Mercyhurst Prep girls tennis team is state champion. That's 3 straight years Kelly Masler's team has come away with state gold in Hershey. This time it wasn't even challenging. Lady Lakers rolled through the quarterfinals 5-0, semifinals 5-0, even the state championship by a 5-0 score. But just like a year ago, Hershey was twice as nice to one MPS doubles team. Caitlin Schultz and Lauren Petrello returned a week later to capture the Class AA State Doubles Championship. And the number 1 local sports story of 2014 belongs to a pair of Erie athletes who prove they belong with some of the best in the nation. 2014 has been a whirlwind for Villa Maria Academy graduate Kayla McBride. First, she led the Notre Dame women's basketball team to an undefeated regular season record and a trip to the national championship game. While that ended with a loss to UConn, McBride's collegiate career wrapped up with All-American honors, ACC Player of the Year honors, and more importantly, a chance to play professionally. 1 month later, the San Antonio Stars selected K-Mac 3rd overall in the WNBA draft. She didn't disappoint. In her rookie season, McBride averaged 13 points per game and helped her team reach the playoffs. She also competed with the United States national team and has played professionally in Hungary in the offseason. McBride has already solidified herself as the best women's basketball player to ever come out of Erie. Nothing could top K-Mac in 2014. But one young man was right there with her. McDowell graduate James Conner ran around, ran by, and ran over anyone who got in his way. Like McBride, the University of Pittsburgh sophomore running back Conner gets Erie, Pennsylvania mentioned nationally on a weekly basis. Conner rewrote the Pitt single-season record book this season, and that's hard to do with guys like Tony Dorsett, Craig Hayward, and LaShawn McCoy coming before you. Conner has rushed for 1,675 yards. He scored a school and conference record 24 rushing touchdowns. And this is a kid that was recruited out of high school to play defensive end. Conner was recognized as a semi-finalist for some of the nation's most prestigious individual awards. He was named an All-American by numerous national publications and earned Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year honors, voted on by the ACC's coaches and the media. And for Kayla McBride and James Conner, 2014 has been filled with hard work and amazing success.
Been blessed this year, had some good numbers, all the hard work is paying off this year. So, team-wise, we could have been better, lost a couple close ones, but for me, it was a pretty successful year. Kayla was a leader, with seeing her, I remember watching the WNBA draft and seeing her and seeing how happy she was, and like you said, yeah, something, you know, I wasn't, you know, the main star around here in the high school, you know, but you just stay focused, control what you can control. You know how hard anybody else worked, that wasn't going to affect me. I had to put in the work for myself, and so now here we are.
There you have it, our top 10 local sports moments for 2014. Let's do it again next year. Wishing you a happy new year and a great 2015.